Well, good evening, folks. Glad you stayed here. I'm really happy to be able to do comedy in the kill room from every single British horror movie from the 1970s I've ever seen. I mean, I'm really just expecting a little girl's gonna come in. It's like, but David, we've always lived here. Just gonna be like, it'll flash, and then the walls will all be covered in blood. There'll be just like a really dignified guy named Nigel covered in blood. He'll be like, not again! I mean, seriously, were there like a lot of Shining fans who designed this room? Okay, I don't judge. So, you know, folks, what I really realized that's important in order to enjoy life is you really got to be able to be generous. You can't really think of yourself all the time. I had a really cool math teacher. This guy was generous to a fault. I mean, he was really one of those people. He'd give you the shirt right off his back. And that's one of the main reasons he's not allowed near preschools anymore. But yeah, so a lot of comics have been talking about winter is really getting everybody down. Me too. In fact, you know, with the roads out there, and especially all the snow, this girl I went to school with, Marie, she was actually almost killed in her car. Fortunately, her family was able to get the garage door open in time. So like I said, winter's still keeping here, and I don't know if you noticed that New Jersey, a few weeks ago, actually had to launch a bear patrol. Really big success, though, because over 30 bearded gay men were able to find jobs as security guards. So yeah, that's it, good folks. Yeah, so in case you can't tell from that joke, I'm pretty cool with gay rights, because I don't really understand why some people, you see around the world, and it's really shameful, some people have a problem with this. And I don't really get it, because look, I'm heterosexual, some people are born heterosexual, some people are born homosexual, some people are even born bisexual. A good friend of mine, Robert, he keeps telling me, Shawn, I'm uncontrollably bisexual. I just can't stop going to prostitutes. So one of the things also that the winter gives you an opportunity is the summer's far away, so you can kind of like delude yourself. I'm going to get in shape right now. I'm going to really do it this winter. So I haven't gone to the gym and exercising at home. One of the reasons is that every gym I went to, it was the same crap, and it was in different countries, different parts of the U.S. It's always the same thing. Because the first thing you go to the gym, when you get there, there's always a person in front, and it's just like, all right, why do you want to come to the gym? Why would I want to join the gym? Well, there's just so many reasons, it's hard to say. Well, you know, I love being overcharged for everything, constantly being made to feel physically inadequate, and have EDM music blasted non-stop into my ear. There's not a lot of nightclubs open at 3 in the afternoon, so I'm going to the gym. What gets just really frustrating about the gym is that I was never really a person who exercised a lot. So I'm never really, whenever I'm going there, I'm never really good at doing the great stretches. So you're always having to look over to someone else who's really, really good doing stretches. You're like, yeah, I'll do one of those. Yeah, those look good. And then you're just like, yeah, that looks good. But right about the point that you're getting your rhythm, they realize that you're looking at them and you don't want everyone to think you're a pervert. So then you have to do like the most bizarre stretch possible. You're like, yes, I love stretching like this. This is how everyone stretches in Paraguay. The other person that really gets me at the gym whenever I'm there is the, you done yet guy? You done yet? As soon as you sit down on whatever machine it is, every gym I've ever been to, I'm there for about 4 seconds. You done yet, man? Can I jump in? Can we rotate? How long are you going to be on the machine? How long am I going to be on the machine? 19 hours. I'm going to set the Guinness World Record for pull downs right here today at this gym. So I don't want you to interrupt it. It's like, well, dude, there's like 15 other machines. Well, yeah, you see, I'm doing this reverse spiral of every other machine, and if I don't do this one right now, it totally throws off my gym karma. All right, here's the machine. So you finally get done with all this, and you go to the locker room. You're trying to just relax. Now, there's one thing, I can't speak to female locker rooms because I'm not a pervert. So one thing that always seems to happen in male locker rooms is no matter what, there's always this guy. Hey! How you doing over there? You been working on your pecs, huh? I don't know why, it feels a little chilly today. Well, no reason, probably. So yeah, gym, you gotta leave it. So I don't go to the gym, I just try to exercise at home, and one of the things I do is watching like a lot of videos, and you'll follow, you know, the videos, and what's good with following them is it also allows you to delude yourself that in 5 minutes a day, over 3 months, you're somehow gonna look like the people in the videos. I mean, it's just this amazing amount of delusion that I've allowed myself over the past few weeks. What else is creepy with the videos is they say things that could work for you exercising, but could also have ulterior motives. Because, you know, there's some that are the really big jack guys, like, yeah, you can do the Marine Corps workout. Not really my thing. I'm usually looking for the attractive, skinny women with interesting accents. It's like, yes, we're going to do some yoga today. It's going to be wonderful. But during all these exercises, as it's going on midway through, the woman who's doing it is all of a sudden like, yeah, you're feeling that burn, huh? Don't give up. I know it feels a little rough at first. We're exercising, right? This is still an exercise video. I mean, I'm going to look at that video later, but not right now. Now just we're doing stretching. But yeah, you know, you just can't let it get you down. You gotta, all this stuff with your body you can worry about, you gotta relax. You gotta read out there, you gotta read the newspaper. I was reading this real interesting article in the newspaper. And did you know that nowadays, for only $2,000, you can build a completely self-sustaining, off-the-grid home? Or you can give up your delusions and move on with the rest of your life. So yeah, let's see, here's my watch. I gotta transition somehow. So I like having a watch. It's not as popular these days. The one that the young people seem to want to get a watch is now that it's like, oh, we can put the internet on a watch. They're really, really pushing that the last couple of months. And I really don't understand the logic of wanting to put the internet on your watch. Yes, Cabrio, I can see you there commenting on my watch transition. No, I was referring to. I can see you, man. Cool. New Age Ronnie Dangerfield, right over there. Good to see you, man. So the one thing with watches, if you have the internet on them, is it's not really going to help you. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'm going to, check my heart rate, and all this is going to be accomplished with it. All that having the internet on your watch or any device is to allow you to get dick pics quicker. That's all it's going to do. That's the only thing it has the ability to do. And it really saddens me, because it seems that if you're in that 18 to 35 demographic that's really brought up in social media and new technology, the dick pic is kind of our legacy to the ages. Other generations gave hip-hop and rock and roll and the cinema and literature, and we've given the dick pic to the generations. And I really don't understand why anybody would send a dick pic. I really just don't get the logic of it. Because before there was internet on your watch, and before there was internet on your phones, and before there was the internet, and before there were cell phones, and before there were television, and before there were pants, women were already privileged to see far more dicks than they'd ever hoped to see at any point in their lives. This was not something that any women were really clamoring out for. Additionally, I think if you're trying to send a pic via a new piece of technology to impress a woman who doesn't consider you a good romantic partner that maybe you'd be worthwhile, please don't send a dick pic. That's just foolishness. Send a check pic instead. Send a pic of a very large checking account. That will get a much better response. You got back together with Thomas? Well, I wasn't thinking about it, but then he sent me a check pic, and girl, you should have seen all those zeros. I mean, a lot of women, I think, these days would just be satisfied with an adequate check pic the way the economy's going. You got back together with Martin? Well, it wasn't the biggest account I'd ever seen, but his house and car payments are settled for the next 18 months, so I'm gonna give it a shot. One of the things that I like to study a lot is different cultures and how different cultures use different names and how they come to them. And I had a lot of friends who grew up in Eastern Europe and grew up in the former Soviet Union. And one of the things that they like to do is they would name people in the Soviet Union after famous people. A friend of mine went to school in the 80s with a girl named Lenina. Another thing was Pravda, which is the Russian word for truth, was the most popular newspaper in the Soviet Union. So a lot of communists around the world name their children Pravda. There's a screenwriter from Thailand named Pravda Yoon. So what always gets me is, what if this had come to America? That would be kind of interesting. Although, knowing what would happen in America, it would usually be like the new first-generation immigrants who would most want to take these, really patriotic names. So just imagining, if this had been happening in America, just hear a conversation. Washingtonia Chang, you get down here right now. You weren't at your violin lessons last night, and you're letting down your whole family. Now you go upstairs and get your brother Constitution, because I'm going to talk to both of you tonight. Well, thank you very much for your time. My name is Shawn Barron.